And welcome back. Well, whenever you fly, the flight attendants instruct you that in case of emergency, take care of your own mask before helping others.
Well, our next guest says that theory applies when it comes to everyday life. And we are joined now by Dr. Donna Stoneham. She's an executive coach and author, and this is her new book, The Thriver's Edge: 7 Keys to Transform the Way You Live, Love, and Lead. And I love the topics we're going to chat about right now, because you say we've got it backwards.
I think we do. I think that especially women, I find this a lot in my practice, we focus so much on taking care of other people that we forget to take care of ourselves.
Especially our kids.
Especially kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it seems like that's what we're supposed to do, is put our kids first, address all their needs, and then at the end of the day, if there's anything left, and there usually isn't, then it's time for us.
Yeah, exactly. And the problem with that is, as they say in Texas where I grew up, you can't get water from an empty well.
Right?
So
everybody in Texas has all these awesome sayings.
That's right. So the problem is, if we're not taking care of ourselves, we really have not much left to give to others. And so really what I say in my work is that self-care is a selfless act. So that seems sort of counterintuitive, but it really is true.
Well, and you say there are 3 simple ways to incorporate it into your life to help you thrive. So if somebody out there is thinking, you know, hey, I do put others first all the time. I never do something for myself. My mom, I remember, would never go shopping. She'd never get herself an outfit. She'd never buy anything for herself or do anything. She was always focusing on us. Like I think you said, like parents do that. You know, women do that. People do that. So what are the 3 things that we can do to maybe start reversing some of that mentality of being able to take care of ourselves as well?
So I call it the 3 G's.
Okay.
And the first one is get rid of guilt.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's my...
That's number
so
1
funny.
for
I was
people.
at a dinner party and everybody was like going around the table saying what they would change about themselves, not like a physical feature, but something. And I was like, lose the guilt.
Exactly. And it's really hard to do because a lot of times we think we're not enough, right? And I think women, probably more than I see it in my practice with men, a lot of men think they're plenty enough.
Yeah,
so
isn't it great?
Yeah, it is.
Like,
So,
guys,
but
we take a little cue
we
there.
We kind of dial this in that we're not enough. No matter what we do, it's not enough.
Right.
Okay, so lose the guilt.
Lose the guilt. The second thing is be grateful.
Yeah.
So it's even something simple like when you're washing your child's shirt. Think about the times he's played in that shirt and how much fun it was, right? So how can you count your blessings every day?
Well, and I'm grateful that I don't have to do wash the way my grandmother did when she had 5 kids in the 1940s. Yeah, exactly. And what's the third thing?
And the third one is be good to yourself. And that's doing one nice thing for yourself every day.
Like what?
So it can be anything from stopping on the way home and buying yourself flowers to taking a hot bath, to taking 10 minutes to read something you love, to picking up the phone and calling a friend.
Yeah.
But literally planning in that time like you would everything else you do when you project manage your life, like all of us do, to make sure that you have a place in your calendar for you. To take care of yourself.
You also say there are 3 important ways and keys to build a thriving family, and those are?
So in my book I have 7 keys to thriving, and I think the ones that are the most important in terms of building family, the families that can thrive, are trust. So how do you learn to trust yourself, and how do you teach your kids how to trust themselves and how to trust others?
We talked about that this morning.
Yeah, and how to trust your kids.
And how to trust your kids, exactly. It's mutual, right? Because that's what trust is. It's a mutual relationship.
Right.
So trust is one of them. Resilience is another one. So, you know, because we're modeling all the time for kids how to show up, how we want them to behave, if we're not doing those same things, if we're not resilient, if we're not bouncing back quickly, and to be able to be resilient, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah, because they model after, right? They
model
see you
after.
do.
So,
and the last one is?
And the last
today?
For today, is responsibility. So how do you make sure that you're the driver and not the passenger in your life? And that you're taking responsibility, not blaming other people.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think that's an important
really
thing.
good to building families that thrive. And I think it's giving yourself permission to do something good for yourself. And if you can't give it to yourself, ask somebody that you love, give me permission to do something nice for myself today. I love that. Here's your book and the website where people can find out more about The Thriver's Edge. I love that title. It's DonnaStoneham.com, and you can see the way they spell her last name there is STONEHAM.com.
You were great. Thank Thanks for being
you.
here.
Thanks.
Come back anytime.
I would love to. Enjoyed it so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Molly and Tiffany.
Absolutely.